Victor and my father and I just came back a little while ago from visiting my mom, and I just left the house on the pretense of, I needed to get some cosmetic stuff over at Walgreens, but I didn't really, and I just drove over to park around around the house from my father's house, and because I didn't want to stay there because I knew I was going to start crying and stuff. And I didn't want to, I don't want my father to see me crying because, I try always to be upbeat, when it comes to anything about my mother. And, we went today. My mother's birthday is in 2 days, on October 1st. She's going to be 81. She's going to be 82 years old, and she's in end-stage Alzheimer's, and some days, she actually, will talk, say a few words and stuff. Most of the words don't have any meaning, but on occasion she will, and today she was actually, very alert for some reason. I took turns, with Victor. We were feeding her. And as always, she's not a problem eater at all. She, when she sees the spoon coming towards her mouth, she opens it up right away. She's not a problem eater like I'd say 99% of the people there are. The one thing that she does still is eat. And she's, in terms of weight-wise, which is good, she's maintaining her weight. She's about 5'2", and she weighs about 145, 150. And even though she's a little bit overweight, it doesn't matter. They actually want her to stay that way because, soon there's going to be a time where she won't eat at all. And we just don't know when that's going to be. That's, it's undetermined. And, but the real reason that, I'm having a tiny bit of a breakdown here, that I'm really sad, is because what happened was, when I went in, I hadn't videotaped her or taken any recent pictures of her, and the pavilion part that she's in, for the advanced Alzheimer's patients, it's being totally redone. So they've relocated all of the patients now to a new area, and it's going to be 3 to 4 months that they have to be in this new area. So, during the day, instead of being in, their usual area where they stay most of the day, they are now in this other area, which used to be an auditorium. And, when my Victor and my father and we went in, and I wanted to take some pictures. I have to come right back, because I have to clear my throat. So, we went into the area, and I wanted to get, take some pictures and stuff of me and my father and Victor, with my mother, because I'm not going to be able to be there on Tuesday for her birthday, because we have other plans that are important. And, the nursing home has, every month they have a big party for everybody whose birthday is that month in the different pavilions. And so, later this month, at the end of the month, will be for all the people that have October birthdays. Will be at the end of October. So I just wanted to take some pictures, since I just wanted to take anyway. So this woman yells out in, she sees me, sees me have my phone up, and I was just about really to set it up, and so I could start taking some pictures or a video or something. And she yells out, she goes, "No lady, no lady." And I didn't know it was her. I didn't know it was a nurse actually doing it, because there's always yelling and screaming in the Alzheimer's unit. So I sort of just tune out everybody, so I didn't even know it was towards me. And so I just ignored it. And then I heard this woman yelled out again something. I'd missed what it was. And then Victor, he, touches me on my shoulder. He goes, "That lady is speaking to you." And so I turned around, and it was a nurse. And she goes, "No pictures, no pictures." So I said, I didn't understand. So I said, what? And she goes, no pictures, you're gonna fire me, or something. She had a heavy accent, and what she was saying was, like, that she's gonna get fired if I take pictures, because pictures aren't allowed. So, I said, like, okay, and then, like, I got, like, I started getting a little bit upset, and then, so I went out into the administrative area, and it's a Sunday, so most of the stuff is closed, all the, main offices, but, I found one door open, and it was the CFO, the financial officer, at the nursing home. His door was open, and I went in, and I said, like, is anybody here regarding, can I find out about, like, why I can't take a picture of my mother? And he said, like, no, everybody's out and stuff, and I didn't pursue it with him, because, like, he's the CFO. What does he know about pictures, So then I went back in, and then the nurses were in the, they were gathering whatever near the food area or something. They were gathering, like, looking at me and pointing to me, and looking at me and pointing to me. And then I was, like, my adrenaline was going, you know what I mean? And but I knew I can't make any sort of scene. I mean, these are the people that take care of my mother, you know what I mean? And I didn't want anything that I say to have any sort of negative impact at all in anybody's mind regarding my mother, because I'm not the important one, and like, she is. And so I didn't say anything and stuff, and then, like, we just left, and so, like, my father was, like, sort of upset. I didn't say anything, like, nothing negative really at all at the point. I said, okay, and then Victor, like, made a mention. He goes, like, maybe they changed their rules or something. They're not allowed to have, you're not allowed to take pictures in the place. Like, everybody has these weird rules, and usually they have to do with lawsuits and money and stuff, and they don't want to have a lawsuit of any sort. I'm not sure how it could happen, but, crazy things happen and stuff. And then, so, like, as we were driving home and stuff, like, of course, I was just quiet about it. I didn't say anything, but it was building up. And once we got back to my father's house, my father and, like, Victor went in, and I said I had to go, pick up some stuff at Walgreens. But, I'm not even sure why I'm making this video. I guess it's, as I want to remember it. I want to, like, I guess as evidence, because, I don't know why I need evidence of sadness or something that makes me sad, but it was, like, how can you say, like, how can you tell somebody who wants to, like, take a picture of somebody who's dying, like, how could you say you can't? Like, if you want to have one sort of memory or something, I mean, it's not as if I can't take this picture, I'll have no memories. It's not that. I'm just saying, how can you keep somebody from wanting to have, like, a memory or have a token or something from somebody who's dying? It's not like they were like Amish people where you're not allowed to take a picture because that steals their soul. The Jewish people don't believe that at all. I know, like, someday I'm gonna, like, watch this, and maybe I'll feel different about it, or I'll understand more and stuff. But right now it's sad, and this is probably her last birthday, and I feel bad enough that I'm not going to be able to even be there to begin with on the real birthday. Because, like, my whole life, actually, I never missed any of her birthdays. It always worked out that I could be there for her birthday. You know what I mean? I can't remember even one. Maybe some time ago I did. I can't even remember it. But in all the birthdays that of hers that I've been alive, I've been there. And I'm not this year, and of course I say, well, she's not going to know if I'm there, and, and that's the way that I justify picking something else to do on her birthday. But it's, it's just very sad. And today was a really happy day. Like, everything was, I had a really good yesterday. Um, Kathy and I we saw 2 Broadway shows in one day. It was awesome. We saw Lion King, which was awesome, beyond awesome. Wicked, which was great. I mean, we had a great day in New York City. Good things, have been happening and stuff. And I even woke up happy, like I opened up something today, that I ordered, and it was just like gorgeous, lovely, and everything was fun, and Victor and I had plans tonight. We're still going. We're going over to Rascals to, the comedy club. And then like something this like kind of happens, and I know that this is life. Like, life things happen. But sometimes like I feel like God sort of, if there is a God, which there probably, I don't know if there is or isn't, but it's kind of like he like pokes something in there to take away the joy, to say like, hey Natalie, don't be too happy, don't always be happy, remember there's things that are gonna hurt. And the thing is, I know that already. I have a mother with Alzheimer's. I have like a husband who's been very, very sick heart-wise and stuff for years and years and years and years and years. And that definitely had an impact on our relationship, I mean, he wasn't bedridden sick, but he was not like a healthy person from like 30 on. He was really not like a healthy person, like, full of vitality and out to conquer the world and stuff. He had like major limitations, and of course that has an impact on relationships. So I know that. I know things are not always good, and you shouldn't just, think that they are always good. I know that it's always there. And then, like, when something so obvious happens, really, and that sort of makes me feel like God is saying, and I shouldn't even be so presumptuous to think that I'm that important, that, like, God is just poking at me, because there's a zillion people in the world, and, out of everybody, I'm like just one teeny weeny little speck, if that. But, when it happens to you, it means everything in the world, and you sort of think it's poking at you, and you sort of do take it personally, even though you shouldn't. So, okay, I just wanted to get like the crying and all the upsetness out now, so that I can, clean up my face so I could go back home and we can have some lunch and, spend an afternoon with my father before the comedy show. And, yeah, so here it is. Here I have it. This was today. I can't take a picture of my mother who's dying. I know it sounds so dramatic, like, oh, this poor girl, her mother is dying and you can't even take a picture of her. It's not even that, but it is. When you're sad and things are bothering you, you do take things personally, and it does get dramatic. And yeah, that's what happened today. A girl wanted to take a picture of her dying mother. Came in, was going to feed her, We're going to feed her, and so the nurses didn't have to feed her. I mean, my father goes there almost every day to feed his dying wife, lunch, so that the aides don't have to feed her. But that's not the reason he goes there, because he wants to spend time with her. Because his wife is dying. And he doesn't just, like, go out and do, like, other stuff all the time and just ignore her. Every day, almost. He goes and feeds her lunch. He drives over the 25 minutes to go feed his dying wife lunch. How many men would do that? I don't know of any, quite honestly, and there are none, and I'm not saying there's none anywhere. At my mother's home, there's no man there feeding his wife lunch, ever. I've never seen a man there feeding his wife, ever. Ever. The men come, they stand there and they look, and they hold their wife's hand or their mother's hand or their sister's hand, whoever's there. And they stand there and they go and talk to the nurse for a couple of minutes, and then they go out and they go golfing or they go whatever they're doing. My father goes there and spends like an hour every single day feeding her. How many men would do that? Quite honestly, I don't even know that Victor would do it. And even though he sees my father do that all the time, even though he sees that as an example, that a man is doing it, I don't think he would. He may come every once in a while to maybe feed me like a dessert, maybe. But he wouldn't, like spend his end years of his life like my father is doing for his wife. That, it's so precious. What my father does is so precious. And I feel so blessed. I really do, to have been raised by somebody like that. He's not my biological father. I was adopted by my family when I was newborn. I was put up for adoption. My biological parents were very young, 14 years old. And, how lucky can somebody be to be placed in a family where a man would do such a thing? I'm not even sure what I'm crying about. It's probably a number of things. Okay. Enough, right? Okay. I don't like focusing on the negative stuff. And that's why I'm silly. And that's why I act silly, to take my mind off of this stuff. Of having a mother who's dying. Of having to live through this with her and my father. For all these years now. Day after week, after month, after year. Having that in your background. Knowing it's there. But having to live life anyway. I do it. And I do it okay. But on occasion I'm gonna have a breakdown. And then hopefully I'll go another couple of months without another one. It's a beautiful day today. I got to see my mother. I got to see her again. And for that I am lucky. I am. Okay. Alright. Onward and upward, right? Onward.